From the moment Emma Williams walked into Ms. Dorsey's 10th grade English class, she blended into the background like ink on a page. She was the girl in the oversized hoodie, with her hair always falling over her face like a curtain drawn shut. She never raised her hand, never spoke unless spoken to, and when she did, her voice trembled like a leaf in the wind. No one really knew much about her. She had transferred in halfway through the school year, right after winter break, and rumors had already begun to circle. She's weird. Probably homeschooled before. Maybe she got expelled. The whispers grew louder each day, louder than Emma ever dared to speak. And then came the bullies. Trisha Miller and her posse, Kayla and Brianna, ruled the school like it was their own personal stage. Trisha, with her perfect blonde curls and ice blue eyes, had been popular since kindergarten. To her, Emma was an easy target. Too quiet to fight back, too invisible for anyone to defend. It started with snide comments. Nice hoodie, grandma's attic. Kayla would laugh. Brianna snapped pictures of Emma eating alone at lunch and posted them on Snapchat with captions like, "Sad little library mouse." Emma said nothing. She kept her head down. But then one Tuesday morning, everything changed. The class was in the middle of reading Of Mice and Men. Ms. Dorsey had stepped out to speak with another teacher, leaving the room unsupervised. The moment the door clicked shut, Trisha sauntered over to Emma's desk. "Hey, mute girl," she smirked. "What's the matter? Cat got your voice." Emma didn't look up. She just kept doodling in her notebook, drawing, her only safe space. That's when Trisha reached forward and yanked Emma's hair. Hard. The class gasped. Emma flinched, her face twisting in pain, but still, she said nothing. Until she slowly stood up. Her eyes, for the first time, met Trisha's. And behind those usually timid pupils, something burned. Quietly. Fiercely. "I told you," Emma said softly, "not to touch me." Trisha laughed. "What are you gonna do? Cry?" Emma calmly reached into her backpack and pulled out her phone. She tapped a few buttons. "What are you doing?" Trisha scoffed. "Sending the video," Emma replied. Brianna's jaw dropped. "What video?" Emma turned the screen around. There, clear as daylight, was a perfectly framed video, shot from a second phone tucked behind a pencil case, of Trisha yanking Emma's hair while the others laughed. "I've been recording everything," Emma said. "For weeks." Trisha's face paled. Emma looked directly at her. "And I just sent it to the school board, my lawyer, and the police." Within 15 minutes, the classroom door burst open. Officer Daniels, the school's assigned SRO, school resource officer, entered with Principal Jordan in tow. "Emma," the officer said, "are you okay?" She nodded, barely. The rest of the class watched in stunned silence as Trisha and her friends were pulled out of the room. Later that day, it was all over the school. The bullies had been suspended and, due to the evidence, faced charges of harassment and assault. The whispers turned into applause. People looked at Emma differently now, not with pity or suspicion, but with awe. Behind the quiet girl's silence had been strength, strategy, and a voice louder than any scream. Emma's story spread online, and she chose to speak publicly about it for the first time during a school-wide assembly. She stood at the podium, hands shaking, heart pounding. "I stayed quiet not because I was weak," she said, voice steadying, "but because I was watching. Documenting. Waiting. People like Trisha think silence is consent. But silence can be strategy. And when you speak, make it count." She paused. "If someone is hurting you, physically, emotionally, digitally, you don't have to become loud. You just have to become brave." The audience was silent for a moment, then erupted in applause. After that day, Emma didn't blend into the background anymore. She started a support group for students facing bullying and worked with school administrators to implement stricter anti-bullying protocols. She even published an article in the local newspaper titled, "When the Quiet Speak, the World Listens." But Emma never changed who she was. She still wore her hoodies, still preferred drawing to drama, and still sat at her usual lunch table. Only now, others sat with her. The girl who everyone thought was invisible became the one who showed everyone what true courage looks like.